All right, boys, we've got some leaked footage. I guess we'll call it leaked footage of some sword gameplay from Gamescom. Now, keep in mind, GGG has set an embargo on this, and it releases tomorrow. I've heard Zizrin's at the event, so I'm sure we'll get it from like him. We'll get some other stuff, but we're also getting the reveal tomorrow. I think the embargo lifts after the reveal. But before we get into that, make sure you're subbed. Like the video, give it a comment. We need some more engagement. You know, let's get these numbers up. It's going to be Twitter X 720p, so you know it is what it is. But this is from Path of Exile 2 PoE News. I never get on X, so I couldn't tell you. But we got 2 minutes and 41 seconds. We got a spin to win against. This is the actual map boss. Puts down a monk bell, the Tempest bell. Just spinning to win. Now, look, keep in mind, anytime we see these demo builds or the gameplay that GGG shows off, obviously, I think this looks like their pre-recorded game. I was going to say maybe it's one of the people playing, but it's shifting too fast. So this is definitely pre-recorded. Keep in mind, when GGG does these pre-recorded things, it's not even close to an optimized build. Like, it's ZDPS. It's absolute trash. They're just showcasing the abilities, what they look like, what they can do. Like, it's not, this is not an optimized build. Okay, so before they go, oh, there's bad map clear, fucking bad single target. It's not going to be like this. All right. It's not going to be like this once we get our hands on it. All right. They always do this. But, you know, you've got no heralds going off. It's just showcasing just the ability. Now, it's going to be a lot of parry, you know, a lot of like combos, which I'm not a big fan of. If I'm being honest, I'm not a big fan of. Like, obviously, it's taken forever to kill that snake lady, which is one of the like, I one-shot her all the time as a mercenary. But, okay. So we know that this, if you watched my video earlier, we've got the blood and sand that, depending on whatever form it is, it'll trigger for 8 seconds at a time while you're doing spin to win for Cyclone. This is definitely going to be an Act 5 or Act 6. This is definitely a new area. And those are chimeras that are doing fire and poison, so that's dangerous. But like, here, like, damage doesn't seem that bad. You know what I mean? But this is definitely a new area. Got to be Act 5 or Act 6, which we are getting in 1.0, along with the Duelist. This is definitely a new boss, just slamming his ball around. The effect of the wood just shattering and getting beat up is actually pretty cool. It can be super easy for ranged. Yeah, you could definitely combo that. That's the one that looks like the monk move. It's what, the ice monk move that you do that with? That looked pretty crazy. So it seems like you kind of like build up combos and you're just waiting for it, and then you're charging for the most part, right? Let's watch this ice map again. Yeah, because right there it's kind of like whatever. It seems like, I don't know, you build up combo maybe, and then that, whatever that was. What is it, on Citadel? To add more fissures? I don't know, man. But yeah, I mean, this is probably the most we're gonna get until we see the reveal tomorrow. Now, Ziggy D did make a post on Reddit, like he usually does. Hey, like, what questions do you guys want to see? And he said outside of, like, you know, swords and duelist. But, I mean, they're going to talk about 0.5.5. They're going to save the meat and potatoes for 1.0 for ExileCon early November. And they're going to talk about 0.5.5. Now, I have said that it is an option that supposedly this league, it's going to be pretty juicy. It's not going to be like just skill reworks. Like, it's got to be something to get people to come back to play. Now, it's not out of the realm of possibilities. They have a playable demo at Gamescom that people are actively playing right now of duelists with swords. They could easily, because I think they said this league might just be like a month, they could easily drop this temporary league and give us swords, have us beta test them, make sure they're not broken, OP, underwhelming, kind of beta test them for full launch. Or like I said in my other video, or they're confident enough in how swords feel that they feel like they're in a good spot and they're just going to wait for 1.0. But it is possible that they might throw it in there and be like, hey, test this out. Let's do a trial run for the people who have bought the game early. Test out swords and we'll get some feedback and then we'll tweak it for 1.0. And it would also be, from a business standpoint, a good way to kind of get like one last push to get people to buy early access to get into the game before it goes free to play. So I see that as a possibility. You know, we don't know. I know a lot of people are like, see, we're not getting swords, we're not getting swords. It's like, we just saw the Gamescom opening light live reveal, all right? We don't know yet. They could surprise us. So yeah, I've already talked about maybe what's coming in 0.5.5, and we just wait for tomorrow. We'll watch this through one more time because it's almost done, and then I'm pretty excited, man. Pretty excited. But we're going to get a ton of info tomorrow, so make sure you're subscribed. You come back because we're going to be going over the whole reveal, the Q&A, breaking it down. Then we're going to go look at the people who had media access and had like an extra look that the embargo drops tomorrow, and we'll go from there. But excited to see more about swords, and I'm sure they'll tease a little bit about 1.0, and then they'll get into 0.5.5, which I would imagine is going to drop next Friday, which means it'll be on Labor Day weekend. So people that have normal jobs will have a 3-day weekend if your company does that. But yeah, that's the only thing I found today outside of what the last video covered. And you know the drill. Subscribe, come back. See you on the next one.